Hello students, this is Sumita. Today we are going to be discussing the sample question paper of English for class 10 for the year 24-25. In the previous two videos, I had discussed section A reading skills and section B grammar and creative writing skills. The links are given below in the description box. In this video, we are going to be discussing section C, that is the questions from literature textbooks. There are overall 11 questions and the literature textbook section C starts from question 6. There is 40 marks allotted for this section. Let's read the given extracts and answer any one of the two questions. The first extract: with a loud scream, he fell outwards and driven downwards into space. Then a monstrous terror seized him and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach, and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. This extract is from his first flight. Question 1. What effect does the experience as described in the line below have on the baby seagulls? So let us read the line. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into the space. Then a monstrous terror seized him and his heart stood still. We'll have to choose the most suitable option. Options are exhilarates, overwhelms, energizes, confuses. The answer is B, overwhelms. The baby seagull felt overwhelmed when he fell outwards and downwards into space and a monstrous terror seized him. Question 2. How does the author's use of descriptive language enhance the narrative technique of the given paragraph? The descriptive language used by the author clearly describes the baby seagull's intense emotional journey and physical sensations during his first flight. The phrase monstrous terror and wind rushed against his breast feathers help the readers sense the seagull's overwhelming experience. It increases the narrative's emotional impact and makes it feel real. So the description given by the narrator helps the reader to feel the overwhelming experience of the baby seagull. Next question, fill in the blanks with the correct word from the bracket. The use of the word rushed adds to the sense of what? Speed or relief in the text. Answer is speed. Question 4. How does the seagull's feelings towards the end of the extract contrast with the initial feeling of terror? We can see the seagull's initial feeling of terror contrasts sharply with the sense of exhilaration and freedom as it learns to fly and soars into the sky. So initially it is full of fear, then it is relieved when it learns that it has learned to fly. Next question is another extract from Bholi. And suddenly Bholi noticed that the teacher was standing by her side smiling. What's your name, little one? Bo. She could stammer no further than that. Then she began to cry and tears flowed from her eyes in a helpless flood. She kept her head down as she sat in her corner, not daring to look up at the girls who she knew were still laughing at her. When the school bell rang, all the girls scurried out of the classroom, but Bholi dared not leave her corner. Her head still lowered, she kept sobbing. Bholi, the teacher's voice was so soft and soothing. In all her life, she had never been called like that. It touched her heart. Question 1. What is the tone the teacher is unlikely, means not likely to have used in the line, what's your name, little one? Was it not reassuring? Was it not comforting? Was it not settling? Or was it not calming? So the answer is settling. Settling means disturbed. The other options, reassuring, comforting and calming, are nearly synonyms. Next question, how does the author's use of Bholi's perspective help build the narrative in the extract? It's of 2 marks. Writing the stories from the Bholi's perspective or point of view helps the reader to delve or look deep into Bholi's world and increase their engagement with the narrative. It provides the readers with direct insight into her thoughts, emotions and experiences, helping the reader to understand Bholi's vulnerability and distress. Further, it helps in displaying the cruelty of her classmates' laughter and the impact of her teacher's kindness on Bholi. So, as the story is told from Bholi's point of view, the readers can connect with Bholi and understand her feelings. Fill in the blanks with the correct word from the bracket. The word flood in the lines tears flowed from her eyes in a helpless flood indicates that Bholi was crying in which manner? Uncontrollably or unintentionally? So answer is uncontrollably. So she was not able to control her tears. How does the teacher's comforting demeanor contrast with the behavior of the other girls in the classroom. Polly's classmates made fun of Polly's stammering, which made her feel distressed. The teacher's kindness and understanding offered support and gentle encouragement, which helped Polly to develop interest in studies. Question 7. Read the given extracts and answer the questions for any one of the two given. So there are two extracts from the poetry section. We are going to be answering any one. A. The first extract. He stalks in his vivid stripes, the few steps of his cage, on his paths of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. Question 1. What is the most likely reason the poet chooses to say vivid stripes instead of just stating the colors of the stripes? We may say the poet chooses the word vivid to display the vibrant colors of the tiger's stripes, which are not dull and is full of life. The word helps in conveying the striking intensity and liveliness of the tiger's magnificent appearance. So we can say the word vivid helps in displaying the liveliness of the tiger. Next question, fill in the blanks with one word. The tiger stalking suggests a movement that is dash within the confines of its cage. The answer is restless. How does the poet reinforce the contrast between the tiger's confined environment and its internal emotions? We may say the poet reinforces the tiger's external environment and its inner feelings by using the word quiet twice in the given lines. The next question, select the option that applies the same rhyme scheme as the lines in the given extract. So here 4 options are given with different rhyme schemes. We'll have to select the one that matches with the rhyme scheme of the given extract. So the first question ends with sweet. We may mark it A. Morn does not rhyme with sweet. So B. Green. C. Tweet. Again tweet matches with sweet. So A. Next one, perched on a branch green. Green A. Lean again matches with green A. Sweet B. And tweet matches with sweet. So B. A. B. B. The third one, sings without a care. A. Green. B. Share. C. Keen. B. So keen matches with green. Then D. Sweet A. Morn B. Branch C. Melody D. A. B. C. D. In the given extract, stripes is A, cage is B, quiet is C, and rage rhymes with cage, so it is B. So I have chosen the answer C, A, B, C, B, which is the rhyme scheme of the given text. So in the marking scheme, the answer has been given A, which is not anywhere similar to the rhyme scheme of the given text. But here there is one doubt that care, of course, matches with share, but I have marked it C deliberately because this is the nearest option that agrees with the rhyme scheme of the given text. So here, although I could have marked it C, I have deliberately not done it because here keen rhymes with green and we can mark it A, B, C, B. Next extract is from The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Belinda paled and she cried, "Help, help!" But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household and little Mouse Blink strategically mouseholed. Question 1. Examine the portrayal of Blink in the given lines. We may say Blink's retreat is strategic as it is a swift, calculated move to save himself from the impending danger. He was focused on saving his own skin by hiding in a safe corner instead of displaying courage or thinking about others' safety. Next question, complete the following suitably. The word paled implies that Belinda realized that she was in a dangerous situation. Question 3, what kind of picture is painted by the poet through the line, ink trickled down to the bottom of the household? We may say it paints a picture of ink slowly and silently descending down to the bottom of the house to hide himself without drawing attention of others. Question 4, what kind of atmosphere is created through these lines? Select the correct option. So 4 words are used to describe the atmosphere: urgency, apprehension, uncertainty, mystery, aggression. Option A says, is it 1 and 4, urgency and mystery? B says only 2, apprehension. C says 1, 2 and 3, urgency, apprehension, uncertainty. D says 4 and 5, that is mystery and aggression. The answer is C, 1, 2 and 3, that is urgency, apprehension and uncertainty. Question 8. Answer any 4 of the following 5 questions in about 40 to 50 words. So each question carries 3 marks. Question 1. How does the ignorance about Mitchell as a creature in the urban environment of London reveal the people's perceptions and knowledge regarding animals? This is from Mitchell the author. We may say the ignorance of the urban people regarding otters reflects a disconnect with nature due to which they are not able to recognize exotic species which are rare in their environment. People were surprised to see Mitchell as a pet, as otters are not usually kept as pets. The responsible pet ownership presents an opportunity for the urban folk to know more about otters and learn to appreciate and conserve the diversity of life in the animal kingdom. So the narrator's responsible pet ownership of Mitchell offered an opportunity for the urban people to know about otters and appreciate the different types of life in the animal kingdom. Question 2. How does the imagery of the trees movement from the house to the forest in trees reflect broader themes of liberty? The answer is the trees breaking free from the constraints of the house represent desire for freedom and autonomy. As they move towards the forest, which is a symbol of untamed nature, they embody the journey towards self-discovery and exploration of various possibilities. This movement reflects the human desire for liberation from norms and personal limitations. The movement of the trees portrays the growth that comes with embracing change and venturing into new territories. So the trees going out into untamed nature reflect the desire to live an independent life. Next question. What does the postmaster's reaction to Lencho's letter reveal about his character? This from Letter to God. The postmaster's reaction tells us that he is a kind, compassionate and a generous person. As he is moved by Lencho's deep faith, he devises a plan or makes a plan to maintain his faith by contributing generously and encouraging his staff to do the same. This shows that he has an innovative mind and can think outside the box. He goes behind his conventional administrative duties to help Lencho, as he has high regard for the faith in God that Lencho displays through his letter. The next question. Assess the narrative's effectiveness in portraying the tension between the comfort of familiarity and the allure of unfamiliar in Madam Rides a Bus. We can say the story effectively showcases Valli's yearning to break free from the confines of her everyday life and explore the unknown. The bus symbolizes predictability and adventure, while the familiar surroundings stand for safety and predictability. Valli grapples with the desire to see the unfamiliar world and the risk that comes with it. The narrative effectively conveys the emotions associated with leaving behind the known for the excitement of the unknown. So Valli wanted to explore the unknown, although it might have been unsafe for her. Next question. Summarize the role of the use of parentheses in the poem Amanda. So why has the poet used so many parentheses? The answer is the use of parentheses in Amanda helps the reader to distinguish between her mother's commands directed at Amanda and her internal imaginative escapes. It also displays the contrast between Amanda's real life and her desires. It highlights her struggle between catering to the expectations of the world and her desperate attempt to gain freedom from such bonds through her imagination. Question 9. Answer any 2 of the following 3 questions in about 40 to 50 words. Each question is of 3 marks. Question 1. How does Matilda's desire for material wealth drive the plot of the necklace? Answer. Matilda's desire for material wealth sets off a chain of events that shape the plot of the story. Her wish to appear as a wealthy lady at the party makes her borrow a necklace from her friend, Madame Forestier, which she loses at the party. When she loses the necklace, she and her husband try to replace the necklace. They unknowingly replace the artificial necklace with a real diamond necklace, which ultimately leads to their financial ruin. So this is how Matilda's deep desire for showing off and having material wealth drove or made the plot of the story The Necklace. Question 10. Answer any one of the following 2 questions in about 100 to 120 words. The marks allotted is 6. For content, there is 3 marks allotted, for expression 2 marks, and for accuracy 1 mark. Question 1. Both poems, Dust of Snow and Fire and Ice, use contrasting elements of nature to convey their respective messages about life and human emotions, but they do it differently. Examine these differences. So we'll have to see how the natural elements are used differently by Robert Frost in the poem Dust of Snow and Fire and Ice. The 2 poems by Robert Frost use contrasting elements of nature to convey 2 different kinds of messages. In Dust of Snow, he uses the imagery of lightness, purity, and serenity through snowfall and hemlock tree, suggesting that small moments of beauty in nature can uplift the human spirit. In Fire and Ice, he uses imagery of destruction through fire and ice to convey the destructive potential of desire and hatred. While in Dust of Snow, the poet's response to nature is one of gratitude and appreciation, in Fire and Ice, he evokes a sense of fear about the destructive forces of human nature. Dust of Snow focuses on the idea of small moments in nature which rejuvenates the human mind. Fire and Ice suggests that the internal forces have the potential to destroy individual lives and the fate of humanity as a whole. While Dust of Snow emphasizes the potential for beauty and renewal even in the smallest aspects of nature, Fire and Ice explores the darker aspects of human desire and hatred, highlighting the destructive forces that can shape human existence. So this is how in Dust of Snow and Fire and Ice, the poet uses different elements of nature to convey 2 different types of messages. Question 2. Both the texts for Annie Gregory and Sermon at Benares grapple with the idea that external attributes are fleeting and subject to decay. Examine the similarities. So we'll have to see how they are similar. We can say the 2 extracts for Annie Gregory and Sermon at Benares bring forth the transient nature of human lives. In the poem, the speaker's shifting perceptions of Annie's beauty, from cherishing her hair and face to valuing her inner qualities, highlights the fleeting nature of physical appearance. So superficial appearance is of less importance. The speaker tells Annie that it is only God who loves us for the qualities of the soul which is permanent, while humans love one another for external features which is temporary. So there is a temporary aspect of the external features of humans. Similarly, in Sermon at Benares, the Buddha's teachings emphasize the inevitability of death and the impermanence of life, urging listeners to recognize the temporary nature of existence. Therefore, one must accept that death is the ultimate truth and humans are mortals and are subject to decay. Both the texts suggest that external attributes, whether the beauty or life itself, are fleeting and impermanent, prompting contemplation of deeper truths beyond the surface. So both for Annie Gregory and the Sermon at Benares deal with the temporary or impermanent nature of life in Sermon at Benares and the external features for Annie Gregory. Question 11. Answer any one of the following 2 questions in about 100 to 120 words. Marks allotted is 6. Evaluate how Griffin's character is shaped by a combination of personal ambition and the unintentional consequences of his scientific pursuits and the reactions of the society he faces. Answer. Griffin is a genius when it comes to scientific inventions. His amazingly sharp mind and acumen for scientific discoveries helps him to invent a drink to make a person invisible. His invention could have benefited humanity, but his temperamental character and greed for money made his invention a bane instead of a boon. His personal ambition compels him to isolate himself and seek revenge. Griffin burns his landlord's house by making himself invisible, which brings about the unintended consequences of his scientific pursuits. He is subjected to extremely cold temperatures and he has to go about without clothes in order to remain invisible. He therefore has to steal clothes, food, and money in order to survive. He resorts to unethical activities. His disconnect from the society leads to paranoia and he harms others without any remorse. Griffin's actions in the state of being invisible takes people by surprise and makes them fearful. They initially are unable to fathom what is happening, but as Griffin becomes more desperate and aggressive, the people retaliate in a hostile manner. This cycle further alienates Griffin and he becomes even more hostile and estranged from the society. Next question, evaluate how James Herriot's characterization contributes significantly to the overarching theme of responsible pet ownership and animal welfare. The answer, James Herriot is a true veterinary surgeon. His deep compassion for animals is evident throughout the narrative. He genuinely cares about Tricky's well-being and is willing to go the extra mile to ensure his recovery. His compassion is also reflected in his interactions with Mrs. Pumphrey, whom he patiently educates about proper pet care. Harriet's empathetic approach towards the animals stresses the importance of treating animals with kindness, which is in tune with the theme of responsible pet ownership. Although Harriet is amiable and friendly, he is firm when it comes to the welfare of the animals. In spite of Mrs. Pumphrey's reluctance in admitting Tricky's health issues, Harriet remains steadfast in his recommendations for dietary and lifestyle changes. His firm yet compassionate manner shows the importance of setting boundaries and making tough decisions for the well-being of pets. His aspect of Harriet's character reinforces the theme of responsible pet ownership by emphasizing the need for owners to prioritize their pets' health and welfare above personal indulgence. And with this, we come to the end of this video. Hope the video has been helpful to you. If it has, please do press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to put some comments in the comment box. Thanks for watching.